2025 started off pretty rocky. We got like 20 new wars, that guy spawning that guy, the orange guy's at it again being a silly Billy giving everyone tariffs, and COVID is still here, I guess, just poking its ugly head in from 2020. I played 8 games that released in 2025, which, to be honest, is way more than I usually play when it comes to new releases. It was mainly so I didn't feel guilty about voting at the Game Awards when I only played like one of the games or was just extremely biased in that way. And so I can open up to more franchises or just discover new addictions and
buy every single piece of Claire Obscure merch I can find on the internet.
Warning, this video has some really hot takes, so yeah, let's start. Also, I just want to preface, as I already said, I like all of these games. Before you type your little comment complaining about how your favorite game is really low on the list, maybe read the title. A great year for games. Anyways.
What? It's the lowest. How dare you, Nick? Dislike.
Wait, it's still good. I still like it. Don't be so hasty. Move your mouse away from the dislike button. Anyways, Oblivion is an awesome game and it looks really good, and I'll be honest, I haven't actually beaten it yet, but I am 50 hours in, so I feel like I'm allowed an opinion. It's open world, so you can spend hours and hours in this game and barely scratch the surface, and it has a great story, apparently. Now onto why I place it solo. I can't lie, it feels so empty compared to Skyrim. It also felt smaller as well, there not being much of a variety in terms of exploration places. I also enjoyed the Nordic aesthetic of Skyrim more than the whole medieval look of Oblivion is going for it. I'm not saying it's worse than Skyrim by any means, it's just not as much for me. I've heard the combat was kind of inspired by Dark Souls, but I never really got that impression. I like the side quests I've done. It has interactive world events which are also really cool, similar to Skyrim in that regard. And there's a lot of walking involved, which is not so great when I personally don't find the world that interesting. Yeah, so it's basically Elden Ring Fortnite. Elden Ring Night Rain is the roguelike game you can play solo or with up to 3 people where you go around a map fighting bosses, collecting different gear, and fighting a tough boss at the end of the night. Pretty simple stuff. And yeah, it's really fun. You can pick up to 8 Nightfarers and fight 8 different Night Lords, aka the big tough baddies at the end of the night. You remember Starscourge Radahn from the base game? How you fight him in a massive desert and he has these huge attacks that can sweep across the whole thing and he's just really cool overall? Yeah? Well, that's basically what every Night Lord is. Every Nightfarer has an ultimate move and a skill. You can run really fast because it's a time limit on the map, I'd say around half an hour long to level up and crap. It's just a really fun, creative way of reusing assets from Elden Ring and turning them into a brand new game. No complaints, other than the fact that Limveldt does start to feel pretty small and boring after a while. Since overall it is a pretty small game, but it's for a pretty good price though, so I'd say it's worth buying if my description piques your interest.
For me, comparing Split Fiction and It Takes Two kind of feels similar to comparing Breath of the Wild to Tears of the Kingdom. Everything is bigger, the stakes are higher, but everything feels worse. Like, it's still a good game, of course, but I never really felt myself connecting with Mio and Zoe the same way I did with Cody and May. The world in Split Fiction is so much grander and so much more wild shit happens, but I miss the constant feeling of comfort It Takes Two always provides. There's no real banter between Mio and Zoe. They communicate, but they spend most of the game just not really vibing until suddenly they just click. Kind of a Batman vs Superman situation where it's like, my life was hard, so was mine, my mother's name was Rebecca or something. I didn't ask. Whereas in It Takes Two, both of these characters have already known each other for years. Heck, they even have a kid, but their marriage is falling apart, so they feel like they don't know each other anymore. Throughout the game, they recapture the spark that brought their marriage to life in the first place. With every puzzle, every challenge, and every collaboration, they start to trust each other again right in front of our eyes. It's a beautiful story. Every single puzzle in It Takes Two made you feel smart for figuring it out. The creativity this game brought to the table cannot be overstated. Split Fiction, on the other hand, I liked the fun bit on the bike. That was really fun, but other than that, and the final boss, it was also really cool. Not much of the game really stood out to me. The stakes are also much heavier in this game, like they're risking their brains being turned to mush. Nevertheless, Split Fiction is a very fun game, and if you're looking for some relaxing fun time with your friend or significant other, don't expect what you got in It Takes Two. It's a very different experience that would resonate heavily with different people in different ways.
I prefer Hollow Knight.
I said it!
The map weirdly feels more linear, but also like more of a drag to get through. I didn't enjoy searching for benches or travel points as much as I did in Hollow Knight. In Silksong, it feels like you're in a strange, colourful new world where you meet people along the way who help you with your journey to uncover the mysteries of this place. But in Hollow Knight, you feel alone. You're a husk and the world mirrors you. It's like a labyrinth. It's dark, it's haunting, it's hollow. And instead of trying to uncover the mysteries of this new world, you're trying to uncover the mysteries of your past. Nevertheless, I love Silksong so much, I just felt like I had to justify why it's placed on the lower end of the list, just for everyone who would put this at number 1. Although I will say, I think a lot of it is just hard for the sake of being hard. Anyways, for the positives. This game is fucking stunning. It carries the same artistic style as Hollow Knight and improves upon it. Hornet is so freaking fun to play as, and she does these cool little air flips. She's so much more mobile in general as well, and she has multiple different fighting styles, which just adds a reason to replay the game if you're the kind of person who would do that. In terms of bosses, I think this game exceeds Hollow Knight, and I genuinely mean that. Part 3 of this story was heavy, and it was genuinely perfect. And considering this game is £16, there's literally no reason not to pick it up.
Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4 released this year after 4 years, and they were absolutely worth the wait because these were the chapters that finally convinced me that Deltarune is better than Undertale, which is freaking saying something because Undertale is a top 10 game for me. If you haven't already played Deltarune, let me just summarize the game for you. Skeletons and goats, and dinosaurs and goats, and turtles and deadbeat dads. Do you want to buy the game yet? Deltarune is set in an entirely different universe from Undertale. Probably, where all the characters live different lives on the surface, and everyone lives in harmony. Until one day, you and your mean bully dinosaur stumble into a new world where everything is dark and eerie. You find out that you, along with Goat and Dinosaur, were the heroes of destiny, destined to bring balance to the worlds of light and dark, and in turn, saving them. The story is great, but the best part by a mile if you ask me are the characters. Everyone's amazing. Every single character I would probably take a bullet not you for. Toby Fox is a fantastic storyteller, but an even better musician. Deltarune has one of the best video game soundtracks of all time, and one of the only video game soundtracks I actively listen to. I feel like my description of the game didn't do it justice, but seriously, Chapter 3 adds probably my favorite character to the game, and Chapter 4 made me cry, so...
I don't have to explain anything. Dispatch is fucking great. Get this Nintendo bullshit out of here. I don't even know if it was good, dude. I just know I'm not spending £400 on a console and £80 on the game. Heck, I haven't even finished the game yet, but I love it so freaking much that I couldn't help but put it this high. You play as this guy, a retired kind of hero who basically goes to work an office job where he sends out different superheroes to do tasks around his section of the city. The only thing is, you're stuck running the ex-supervillain team, and you can probably imagine how that goes. And yeah, it's really fun. Really, really fun. The game kind of plays like a TV show or a Telltale game with 8 episodes. And for the record, I'm on episode 6, I still haven't finished the game yet and I'm already in love with it, oh my gosh. It has voices from some of my favorite YouTubers like Irish PewDiePie and that guy from the Hunger Games you'll remember. Not to mention
Aaron Bloody Bull, yeah.
But yeah, play this game.
Close your eyes.
I know it's not a full game, just a DLC, but it seriously cannot be understated just how much it adds to the original game. First off, I want to get into Lies of P, my personal favorite game of 2023. Lies of P tells the story of Pinocchio by Carlo Collodi in a dystopian, I know that word is so overused, but this time it's actually true in this case, Bella Polk style world, where instead of Pinocchio going on a wacky journey trying to convince everyone he's a real boy, Pinocchio goes on a wacky journey trying to convince everyone he's a real boy, but with killer puppets, zombies, and this fuck-ass swamp monster who sucks, and has genuinely one of the best stories in gaming. Honestly, this game is so overlooked when you compare it to some of the other Souls-like games in sales. I really don't hear that many people talking about it. The DLC follows a legend told in the base game about a legendary warrior who went to save her apprentice and defeat the most powerful villain in the game. What we didn't know is, you were actually there as well. Blame all the wacky, wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey stuff for that. We learn about this character and her tragic life filled with death and illness, and how she was always just out of reach of saving the one she loved. I would recommend this game to you if you've played Bloodborne, as it stylistically carries some gothic inspiration, or Sekiro as the main battle gimmick is parrying, but yes, please give this a shot, 10 out of 10. I like French people now. I know that's a lot to take in. Clair Obscur might be the best story game I've ever played, beating Red Dead 2, God of War Ragnarok, and The Last of Us. It carries its Bella Polk style beauty and really does justice to the beauty of the era. Also, ticket scalpers are my least favorite people ever. I was on the London website for Clair Obscur concert and all the tickets were gone in 1 minute. I didn't even have time to buy one, which, is fine, it's a popular game, but then, what? These tickets were going for £30 and you're charging £1,000. Remember how I said earlier that Deltarune had one of the only video game soundtracks I actively listened to? Clair Obscur is another one, out of like 4. And that's why I wanted to go to the fucking concert so bad. The combo is so boring, fucking turn-based, boo. Just kidding, it's fucking sick. Trying to involve the player as much as possible, giving you the options to parry, dodge, and first-person shoot, what the fuck. It is one of the prettiest worlds I've ever seen in a game, some of the best bosses and best of all, it's only 45 quid. I grew really attached to the Expeditioners like as much as I did for the Deltarune Heroes, and that's a very good thing to compare it to. And dude, if any of this resonates with you, just buy the game. I want this company to do well, alright? I really do. Sandfall Interactive is the best. 10 out of 10.